we got more Star Wars news too. Arcade1UP announced quite a showing at
Bringing
E3.
the heat. Bringing the E3 heat.
So Arcade1UP, if you aren't aware, real quick, they're a company that's been around since I think last year. They started to put out mini, like 3/4 size arcade cabinets,
Like 4 foot tall arcade cabinets.
right? And with licensed games, joysticks, everything. So they did a couple. They did like an Asteroids one. They did a trackball one that had Centipede, Millipede, and Missile Command.
Yeah, they
on
started
it.
with like 4 or 5 games. Now they're doing 12-in-1 games. That's like the new version of them. So now that there's a Final Fight version which has I believe was it Strider, Final Fight,
yes,
a couple other games.
So the big ones that they announced at E3 that are coming out, they are announcing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. It's going to have 4 joysticks, and it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the arcade game, and also Turtles in Time.
Beautiful.
With the four players like ready to go on that. That is awesome. And then
now keep this in mind though. This is not a really wide control panel, so you're going to be crunched with 4 players.
It's all about the novelty. And then the Marvel Superheroes machine. This is a great one. It will have Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atom, and the Punisher on it. Children of the Atom is super fun, and Marvel Superheroes.
Children of the
too.
Atom was the first time they did a fighting game with the Marvel properties. That was the first one.
Yes.
And
that one, I believe so. Or no, I think Marvel Superheroes was. Okay. I'd have to look.
I think I'm right, but
I think you're right.
So the Punisher being on there is interesting because that is the first time that game has been re-released, I believe, at all, anywhere.
Really?
Can you think of it after the Genesis version? It came out any collections or digital sale? I don't.
No, I can't think of it either.
It's a bloody, violent, really, really good beat 'em up.
You know how
really good.
You know how easy it is to accidentally type super herpes instead of superheroes?
Ian, don't ask, don't tell, Ian. Super herpes? Okay. That's not going to be a podcast t-shirt.
It's one keystroke off.
Are you sure that wasn't from your safe search from before? You know how it knows what you searched for, Ian?
Yeah, I was definitely searching for Marvel super herpes.
These are beautiful cabinets. I love them. I love the team molding. It's obviously it's green on the Ninja Turtles. It's blue for the Marvel one.
I've seen that the overlays wear out real quickly though.
What do you mean? That the graphics, like the sticker?
Yeah,
on
them, I've seen them get pretty thrashed. But for the price,
well, these are what? These are gonna be what? I think $400 for the Turtles one because it has 4 players, or $400 or $500. Is there a price on the Ninja Turtle one? They're usually $300. You think with the bigger control panel with the different more parts, it's going to be probably $400. I would say.
So, Children of the Atom was first.
Thank you, Ian.
And so we talked about the Marvel Superheroes one and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, but they're doing a Star Wars one.
Real quick, Ninja Turtles will be $350.
Okay.
Marvel Superheroes will be $300. That's reasonable.
Yeah, for the extra hardware and stuff.
That's reasonable.
So Star Wars is getting an Arcade1UP too, with the original Star Wars arcade, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. That's huge. Those games have never been properly home ported.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say like, okay, you have the 5200 version that's supposed to be decent, but no one owned that.
Yeah, the 5200 version. There's a Coleco version, I believe, as well.
Is there a Coleco one? 2600 one, 5200 ColecoVision one?
If it's not official, it's a homebrew.
I was gonna say, Ian. Bring us to a halt. But here's the big deal about this, Ian. It has the yoke controller.
Yeah, it's on there.
Has the yoke controller.
Yeah, the original controller.
And you can play these games with the joystick. A yoke is basically a joystick. You left, right, up, down. But it feels so nice with the trigger buttons on your thumbs.
Yeah,
rotating. It feels so nice.
Rotating and then being able to go up. It feels
awesome. Nice.
Yeah. So that's a huge deal. They're saying this is going to be under 500. I'm going to guess that they didn't announce a price yet, but my guess is that means $499.
Maybe $450. Maybe.
I have a feeling the license is a little bit pricier. They know they can get the money out of fans and the controller. It's all free.
Every Star Wars nerd will buy this. This is going to be like and this is what we didn't bring up with Limited Run, is that when you talk about the Star Wars audience,
it's not just games.
It's the Star Wars crowd that may not be into video games but collect Star Wars shit.
Right, exactly.
You're going to have people that buy this stuff and buy the Limited Run stuff. that don't care about the games or necessarily would want to buy any other arcade, but they'll buy the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
So this is a coup to get this, and to do the yoke controller properly, that might cost extra money because it's probably no one that makes a yoke controller. They got to start from scratch. It's not off the, it's not off the shelf.
Right.
If there's an off the shelf yoke controller, I should own it. USB one, we would all own it and be playing on our emulator. Star Wars Arcade is an excellent game.
Oh, it's still fantastic.
Vector graphics. Yahoo! The voice act. It was probably the first time that a movie game was made that people were like, this is really fun.
Yeah, because it's a blast. You don't even have to like Star Wars to like it. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's only a few stages and it revolves. Who cares?
It's 3 stages. So Star Wars Arcade. It's just the Death Star run, and basically
you're in space. You're
it's
do
3
the towers.
stages of your approach.
Yeah,
TIE fighters out there, towers, and then or towers, tunnel. Oh, outer space, towers. Yeah, tunnel.
The tunnel, which was done excellently.
Yeah,
for again 1980.
Yeah, it looks good. The shot, like nailing the shot, is satisfying.
I just thought, I just love like the low quality voice act. Like it's just great. And then Empire Strikes Back was an expansion pack. It was an add-on for it. I don't think they ever did a standalone.
No, I don't believe it.
Because it came out.
It was just a conversion kit.
Sorry. And not many people play that. I think I played that once ever. So I really not hugely familiar with that one.
I'm struggling to remember it.
Because most arcades wouldn't have had that. Because you just have Star Wars. Return of the Jedi is entirely different. Return of the Jedi is the isometric 3/4.
Speeder bike.
Speeder bike. What is it? Speeder bike, Millennium Falcon. Is it 2 Millennium Falcons or 1 Millennium Falcon? Speeder bike, Millennium Falcon.
The only thing I remember
2 Millennium Falcons. 2 Millennium, because no one got past it ever. Because it's extremely difficult. These are all Atari Games stuff, and Atari Games obviously did a great job with this. So for $500, there's going to be an audience for this. Keep this in mind, though, is that price likely does not include the risers. So if you want to get this to a respectable level, these are all like 4 feet tall machines. You got to bend down. If you want to get these to like 6 feet, you got to buy the risers, basically a stand to put on top of it. Everyone's going to buy the riser for the Star Wars because it looks nice if that's the prototype one there. So really you're looking at, what does the risers cost? Usually like $80?
I think it was like 60 or something. It could be 80.
So you're looking at let's just say $580 in order to get the whole package.
I mean, considering that an actual Star Wars arcade machine is going to run
$2,000 at this point,
considerably more
just for the one. But that's a full size one. This isn't full size.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for people who just want to play it, the choice is clear.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think that once you get to the 500 range, that's where you're tapping out on the price that you'll be able to get for these. Not full size.
I don't think any of the other ones they could get 500 for, but I think this one might just be that sweet spot because of the dedicated controller.
The regular ride is only $40. It would be kind of. They probably will charge more for the Star Wars one just because for the licensing they might have to. So maybe it'd be $50, $60, because the 1-up riser doesn't have graphics on it. It's just a fucking piece of fucking plastic. It's literally just a standee, and you put it inside. So it'll be the same shape, but Star Wars graphics or Ninja Turtle graphics. So we'll just say $550 for the whole package here. But no, it's exciting. And then they showed off at the side a little mini cocktail game. There's no information on that.
They're doing 2 cocktail games. I did see the info somewhere. I don't know where now. There's a Pac-Man. There's a Pac-Man Namco one that I believe is going to have 9 games on it.
Okay.
And then there's another one that's going to have more. I don't know if the one that has more is. If this is part of it, but they did show something interesting. Street Fighter 2 in a cocktail cabinet. They've never done that before. And what it is no matter where you sit. So if you sit on one end, half the screen shows you the fight properly.
It mirrors it somehow.
It mirrors it, and then on the other side of the screen, there's it's split again and shows it to the other side. So that's kind of interesting.
They're getting around the traditional cocktail thing of like swapping screens or having 2 different ones. I guess you'd have to. Well, traditionally it'd be a side-by-side cocktail if it was a fighting game.
Right.
But that way you'll be able to have one screen and do Frogger back and forth too. If they figure out that type, that's pretty cool.
So,
I don't know about having a mini cocktail though, just because where you put your drink, you'll be able to see anything.
I'm not sure that they're necessarily mini.
It looks smaller, Ian. It was a lot smaller. You see the picture?
Yeah.
It was like this wide. It was smaller.
It's gonna be tough to squeeze 6 buttons down there.
Yeah, sure. But okay, so Arcade1UP's hitting it out of the park though. Now they have already like 6 or 7 different ones of these.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Rampart add-on for the rollerball one.